Hey there, so it's been a while since I last speed paint, so I thought of doing a voiceover for this one. If that's not your kind of thing, that's cool, just mute this video and play a different song in the background. So I got an iPad recently for Christmas and bought myself an Apple Pen and Procreate so I could draw on it, and Procreate has this feature which records the painting process, which is super cool. I haven't been doing speed paints because my laptop is just really old. I'm still learning how to better use Procreate, if that makes sense, so I thought of doing this piece entirely on the app to see what I can personally achieve. And so far, I really like it a lot. It's very simple, has a lot of brushes, although I still prefer my default flat oil paint brush that I have on Clip Studio since I've been using that for years, and I'm not about to pay a $5 a monthly when I already have the whole program on my laptop. Anyway, on to the artwork. So this is for how can I say, role play group. I always find it really awkward saying role play since it has some other interesting connotations. But the kind of role play I'm talking about is similar to LARPing or D&D, nerdy stuff, except we just write and draw. My friends usually call it collaborative story writing in their CVs. But yeah, this piece was inspired by our most recent group roleplay, in which my character, Valeria, as you see here, was attacked with a knife by another character called Jace in a fit of madness. Like, there was a smoke that made him very volatile and violent, and she's a kind of a brat and pissed him off. That's the gist of it, really. I feel like I have to explain the whole plot of the group in order to give context to this, but this speed paint is not long enough. To explain what I'm doing here, I really wanted to improve lighting in my artwork since I don't really play around with more dramatic stuff like this with huge contrasts between light and shadow, so I thought of exploring that here, especially since the mood of this artwork is meant to be dramatic and heavy. The brush I'm mainly using for this whole thing is the flat brush under painting, just the default, except the brush rendering is on normal because that's the most similar to the one I'm using on CSP. So those knives on her back, yeah, so trigger warning here in case, I guess, I'm gonna be talking about knives and blood, so mute me or something if you're not into that. Anyway, so firstly, the knives are pink to symbolize the character who attacked her, since he's always associated with flamingos, and they're pink, and he also has pink hair. I kept the knives pretty simple because I like that graphic look. Plus, it makes them look more symbolic, since she didn't really get stabbed in the back with that many knives. She was more like slashed with one. And I'm also painting the bloodshed in pink, dripping down from her, just to drive the message home that this was caused by the flamingo man. I also pulled the golden ruffles from her dress down just because it looked cool and kind of brought everything together, kind of merged her with the background. And I kind of went ham with Procreate's other brushes because I like the texture it gave, and I really had fun with the way they were interacting with the paint. And that's pretty much it. I also did some overlays on top just to up the contrast and add more color to the shadows and make the highlights look more glowy. Anyway, so thanks for watching, and let me know if you guys like voiceovers or not. I'll probably still keep doing them regardless if I feel like it. We'll see.